final little project we're going to be working on is making a mini golf hole-in-one, I guess, or whatever you would call it, one of the spots. A normal sized path for a mini golf is usually, I do a rectangle, deep diameter, 144, which is 12 feet, by 36, which is 3 feet. That's about the size of a regular path. Of course, this is just a straight, no turns, nothing, which is what we're going to do right now. If you want to make a turn, that's fine, but we're just doing a flat piece for now. So what we want to do, we have the flat piece, we're going to add heights to it. You don't want to go too high because that's how high the churn will be, or the material will be higher here. It's when a ball goes into a hole, it will, you don't want to make it too high. Oh, it's hard to explain, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. So we'll make this about, what, 3 inches, and you can make one side dip in, we can make one side dip out, higher, and so forth. What I recommend at the bottom, in the back where the hole is, to make it go a little bit higher. That way, even if they miss, it doesn't go flying out, even with the brick behind it. So you're going to add lines, reference lines. It's going to be really up to you where you want to place them. And you can actually add them in the center of the object too. So if you want like one object to be up here, that's fine. So forth, and that's going to be where my you want also a location for where the hole is going to be. The hole will be about 3 inches, so diameter 3 inches. And what we're going to do is we're going to do what we did before, was loft, but what we're going to use is the lines from the front and back. I'm going to explode this rectangle. I'm going to add in changing my UCX. Right now it's from the top. It says here back, so I'm going to change it to back. That way, my X and Y coordinates change, and I can draw on that plane. I use splines because that's my favorite. And so that's my first one. Nothing really changed. Maybe I should go back and re-edit it by creating a dip over here. So I'm going to delete that. I don't like that one, so I'm going to go again. Spline, select that one. It dips down right there, and it goes back up here. Something like that, and then for the next one, it dips up, and goes like that. So it's hard to visualize right now, but there's one here and one here. That's my paths. Let me change the color so you guys can see it better. The reds are my paths. That is my line that I'm going to be using, and that's my finish line also. Actually, the finish line has to be the end of the actual path, so I have to create a line from red to red. Once we have that, what we want to do is type in loft, or you can go to the home, loft, you select the line, you select the other ending line where the reds are connected, if they are red for you guys, space, you get a flat piece. Next thing you need to do is type in G for guides. You select these two guide lines. It's going to create that surface. Now before you keep on going, you will probably want to go to like a conceptual view and see how it's laid out. You may even change the color to give you a better graphical view of how it will look. And that's where my hole is, right here. Now right now it's not a solid object, it is just a surface. What we're going to do next is easy. All we have to do is select it, go to thicken, and we're just going to give it a thickness. And that's pretty much the thickness of the fake grass, which is 0.25 or something. So I have the actual solid object now. It's pretty much done, except I need to make a hole for it so that we know where we are shooting for. So I'm going to take that circle that I had over there, extrude it out through the whole system, and subtract it. Subtract, select the solid, yes, select, that. Oops, sorry. Select the solid, enter, and then select what we're subtracting, which is that. Now you see material in there, that's just the surface. We'll delete that, and I have my hole. Alright, so we have our hole, we have our carpet or grass, fake grass. What we want to do is make the actual thing that catches the golf balls. To do that, it's pretty simple. I draw a circle back on that same plane, which is I have to go back to top. The circle is going to be diameter 3. I'm going to go extrude it down about 2 inches. Doesn't matter which way it goes, up or down. And the next thing I need to do is add a sphere to it. So I go to draw, modeling sphere, or you can go over here, get to sphere. You select either the bottom center point or the top center point, and just draw a circle. I prefer bottom because that's where the bottom's going to be. We're going to union this together. So union, enter, and then the next thing, to make a hole in it, we just use the shell command. We do that by going to modify, solid editing, shell, you select your object, yes, select the top to remove it, enter, and make the thickness about what, 0.25, and we have our cylinder, or our golf ball catcher. We take that, we move it to the position where it's supposed to be, and then we adjust the location. Now here you might have problems because that top is so weirdly angled that it might not be exactly perfect, but when they install it in the field it will be, because they'll match it. I mean, the hole is the same size and the piece is the same size, so you know, if it sounds like a duck, looks like a duck, it's a duck. Alright, so that's our first thing that we did. Now the next thing we need to do is do the outline and create a curb around it so that we don't lose our ball, you know, go flying away. So what you want to do is, if you don't have the del object set at 0, you can do extract edges, which is select the object, you can do extract edges here, I'll give you the edges, and then we're going to hide this object by right clicking, isolate, hide object. Do that, you should have double lines based on the thickness of your material. You can use that to extrude out these two. I have spines, so I'm going to extrude lines. They're going to be about thickness of a brick or cement wall, about 4 inches. And same thing with this one, 4 inches. Now you can see one went the right way, and the other one went the wrong way. That's okay. I'm just going to move this one over 4 inches, like so. I'm going to move both of them up, giving it a specified height, about, I think 3 inches is enough. And here we can try two things. You can try thicken, that we did before. Select the objects, thicken a little bit wider, 1 inch, like so. Or if I go undo, I think it should be able to. If I go thicken, I go a lot deeper. I go about 6 inches. Sorry, let's try this again. Thicken, select the object, surface, enter, 6, enter. It gives me that. Now you can also slice these items, make them flat at the bottom if you're putting it on a flat piece. But since you're following a ground, and let's say the ground is that shape, you would keep it that way. Next thing you need to do is just enclose here at the back. I would change the UCX again. This time I would do it to left. And that lets me draw on that plane. I'm going to draw, oh, that doesn't work. I'm going to try using the 3D polyline. That should help me select the correct ones I need. And I'm going to extrude that out. I think I was doing 3 inches. Uh-oh. Maybe it didn't close up correctly. guess it didn't work. So what to do is just trace it over with a regular polyline. And if you don't hit the right points, it's okay. You can always go back and readjust the. This was the wrong one. Here's the one that I created. Readjust it to fit the right spots. Extrude it out. I think it was 4 inches. Okay, I have those 2 pieces. I can now go back to isolate and hiding object. I have my platform. I have my brick wall or cement wall. I can union it if I need to, or I can just leave as is. And now what we want to do is add material. So we go to render, material browser. The cool part about this, there is one in miscellaneous. If you go down far enough, well, I thought it was miscellaneous. Maybe it's still is. No, it's not. Wood, stucco, stone, maybe stone. Well, stone, we could try using it for the walls. But site work, that's the one. And there's grass. And of course we need a color for the caps over here that collects it. I'm going to use a bright color, that way people can see where it is. Alright, that's completed. Now all I need to do is do a render. I'm going to do a medium first. Render it out. Yeah. And that is my basic. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit more. Presentation. Render it. Now, if you really want to make a cool night mini golf place, you put a light inside the hole, which could be interesting. Alright, so that concludes making a mini golf. Almost done.